Please be seated. Welcome, everybody, to the University of Central Lancashire's graduation ceremony, at which we're delighted to be celebrating the success of our fabulous graduates. It guarantees to be a day that you'll all remember. I'm now pleased to invite our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Graham Baldwin, to say a few words of welcome to you all and to reflect on the significance of what you've all achieved.
Welcome to the University of Central Lancashire. Your Worship, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, proud family and friends, and most importantly, the graduates of the University of Central Lancashire class of 2024, today is a day of celebration, a day of reflection, and a day of anticipation for the future. Today, I am reminded of the words of the late Nelson Mandela, when he once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Today we celebrate not just your academic success, but the potential within each of you to make a difference in the world. You can be confident that your studies here have prepared you well, and I am sure you will find that you now have a closer set of connections with the world around you and will be better prepared for all that the future holds. This is particularly important as we face a time of such significant change and challenge. We have a government who will be wrestling with numerous pressing issues: political instability and conflict, climate change exacerbating extreme weather events, ongoing economic inequality, and the advancement of technology leading to concerns around privacy and cyber security. That is why, although today is a time to look back over the last couple of years and to take pleasure in the progress you have made, you should, indeed must, also look forward and consider how you can contribute to solving the challenges we face as a society. We are all part of the solution, and as graduates, others will be looking to you for your contribution and often for your leadership. And this might seem daunting, but be confident in yourself. You are the leaders of tomorrow, and as I have said, your studies have prepared you well. Pursue the future with energy and enthusiasm, and don't settle for second best. We know it won't always work out, but how well you handle any disappointments will be as important as how well you handle success. You can also be confident in your university and the education it has provided. I hope that the government will similarly recognise the value of universities and the very significant contribution they make to addressing national and global challenges. As Graduation Week demonstrates, we educate the key workers, our doctors and nurses, vets, dentists, health workers, lawyers, police and social workers. We educate engineers and IT specialists, the scientists, the business leaders, and those who drive creativity through the arts, media and fashion. And of course, our sports teams and sports scholars have also made us proud, achieving impressive victories whilst importantly demonstrating exceptional sportsmanship. I've touched on many different subjects there, and I can't reference the success in every subject because there are too many to mention. But hopefully this demonstrates that we take our role seriously in helping to develop the necessary skills and to provide employability requirements for our graduates. Every year, the University of Central Lancashire sees remarkable accomplishments that set new standards in teaching, research and community engagement. We are a beacon for innovation and excellence. 2/3 of our research is classified as world-leading or internationally significant, and we are 63rd across the university sector for research power. One of our cosmology PhD students recently discovered the Big Ring, a second ultra-large structure in deep space, whilst we also discovered that young planets are flattened structures like Smarties rather than spheres, which is most appropriate when you think that we host the UK's sub-office for the United Nations Office for outer space affairs. Our individual student success stories are too great to mention, but believe me, they are remarkable. We have also implemented new programs and initiatives that support students from all backgrounds, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to succeed. This commitment to inclusivity is a testament to our belief that diversity enriches the educational experience and prepares our graduates to thrive in a globalized world. We are officially a University of Sanctuary, as well as being ranked in the top 7% of universities worldwide. From pioneering studies in coastal erosion to advancements in clinical care pathways and healthcare technologies, our university has made world-leading contributions to addressing some of the most pressing global challenges. Our researchers have not only published their findings, but have also collaborated with industry and governments to turn these innovations into real-world solutions. In that context, I hope that we have helped to create the opportunity for your future success, ensuring that you have the relevant knowledge, skills, and experiences to thrive wherever you came from and wherever you go to next. I hope, too, that as part of your university journey, you have felt that you belonged here. It is important to us that our students feel safe, valued, welcomed, and included. Whoever you are, wherever you are in life, here at the University of Central Lancashire, we believe there's always a way. Now, let us not forget the support and encouragement from your families, your friends, and mentors who have been with you every step of the way. Their belief in you has been unwavering, and their pride in your achievements is well deserved. Please take a moment to thank them for their love and support, for they have played an integral role in your success. Please join me in giving them a massive round of applause. Now, all the rest of the applause this afternoon will be just for you. As we celebrate your accomplishments, we also recognise the resilience and determination that each of you has shown in reaching this milestone. The journey to this day will not have been easy, and it has been filled with challenges and uncertainties. But you have persevered, adapted, and emerged stronger. Your ability to overcome adversity is a testament to your strength and character. I also want to thank the university staff for making all of this happen and for their skills, support, and most especially for their excellent teaching. Here on stage and in this university in general, we have a group of teaching staff who are outstanding in their commitment, their care, and their dedication. And you've also been supported by many highly dedicated and professional staff members who have provided the services and the infrastructure that have also helped towards your success at the university possible. Finally, I leave you with this thought from Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Find your passion, pursue it with vigour, and never settle for anything less than what you truly believe in. On behalf of everybody here at the University of Central Lancashire, very well done and good luck for a happy and successful future. Thank you.
Thank you, Graham. The university is now extremely proud to confer an honorary fellowship award on Geeta Gurumurthy. Vice-Chancellor, for a quarter of a century now, first as a correspondent and then as a presenter in the studio, Geeta Gurumurthy has covered the biggest global news stories for the world's leading public service broadcaster, the BBC. Geeta has anchored some of the most significant events of the past century, including the aftermath of the September 11th terrorist attacks in New York, wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, the global financial crash, the Trump presidency, Britain's departure from the European Union, the COVID-19 pandemic, and now the Trump presidency again. A biochemist at university, Geeta's interest in politics saw her change direction, as indeed did her brother, fellow broadcaster Krishnan, who is also to be honoured by our university. Born in Liverpool in 1968, her parents came from India. Her father is a doctor and her mother a former medical student. The family moved to Lancashire, where Geeta and her two brothers, Christian and Ravi, grew up. Geeta joined a BBC training scheme, reporting for BBC Look North, moved briefly to ITN for the launch of Channel 5, but has worked for the BBC ever since in a variety of roles across TV News, BBC Radio 4 and BBC Radio 5 Live. Geeta is now a chief presenter for the BBC News Channel, the most watched news channel in the UK, which also attracts a weekly global audience of over 100 million people. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the University Board, it is with great pleasure that I present Geeta Gurumurthy with the award of Honorary Fellow from the University of Central Lancashire. I now call on Geeta to speak to you all.
Thank you all so much, and I really am extremely honoured to be here in the Tom Finney Sports Centre and to receive this incredible honour. It's really incredible and a great delight. Well, you might wonder if there is any connection between the great footballer who gave his name to this sports centre and a BBC journalist who presents Rolling News and frankly knows next to nothing about football. Well, there might be. As we were hearing, I was born in Liverpool in 1968, and the manager of Liverpool at that time was the legendary Bill Shankly. Earlier in his career, Shankly had been a player at Preston North End, where he had been a mentor to Tom Finney. But Tom Finney's career might never have happened. When he left school, he was offered a contract to play for Preston, but his father refused to let the young Tom actually sign up until he had finished his apprenticeship as a plumber. So even when he became one of the most famous football players in the world, Tom Finney was known as the Preston plumber. Well, that story has a couple of lessons which might apply to you guys as you start your journeys into the world of work. And the first lesson is that you have to keep going when things seem hard. Tom Finney went training in the evening after a full day's work as a plumber. And I have a personal example of great resilience closer to my family home because my own father's childhood had been very traumatic. He had to flee his own home in Burma when the Japanese invaded during the Second World War. The family lost their home and their work. They all had to walk from Burma to Chennai in the south of India. And tragically, my father's parents died soon after they arrived, so he and his younger siblings were orphaned. And yet I take my inspiration very much from my father even now. He is 92 years of age and still working as an NHS doctor. My mother too, a shining, inspiring figure, still a rock within our family. But in short, take your inspiration from close to home or from where we are today. And the lesson is, when you hit a roadblock, keep going. My career has not been an unbroken line of success. It is never like that. The second lesson is that you should follow your interests, follow your passions. You will hear that time and time again, and it might seem a cliche, but it is true. Tom Finney's dad wanted him to be a plumber. I was born into a medical Indian family. I and my brothers had genuinely hoped to become doctors. I thought I'd work in operating theatre, but I also loved the actual theatre. I briefly thought about becoming an actor, and you might know the Sanjeev Bhaskar sketch in the television Indian comedy Goodness Gracious Me, when he tells his dad he wants to be an actor. Son, his dad says, in our house, we pronounce that word doctor. Well, my parents were very keen on us all becoming doctors, but they did embrace everything. They were the ones really who introduced politics around the dining table, literature, philosophy, music, everything, you name it. And through both a mix of accident and design, and with a growing personal interest in politics, I came to realise that my own interests lay in what was happening out there in the world. You are all incredibly lucky to have studied here at a university, studying subjects that you have chosen. I found that for myself, having a walk-on part in the world's biggest stories has been a huge privilege. I reported from Washington, I reported after 9/11, COVID, Brexit, and yes, Trump parts 1 and 2. This summer I was in Downing Street in the rain as Rishi Sunak called the election. This weekend I was on air as the Syrian regime fell. These are the stories that it's been my privilege to tell. We are all looking for our own story to tell. And I hope that you all find your own story too. Whatever you do, don't give up along the way. Keep pursuing your own interests. Huge congratulations to all of you on your achievement for graduating. It is a real achievement. I hope you're really proud of it today. And the very best of luck to all of you as you head out into the world, a world of possibility. Thank you all for listening, and to the university for this enormous honour. Thank you.
The university is now extremely proud to confer an Alumni Achievement Award on Gary Flintoff. After graduating in 1996, Gary began his career on the Fylde Coast with Radio Wave before spending 3 years at Preston-based Red Rose Radio as a news and sport journalist. He then became head of news and sport at Tower FM in Bolton before joining the BBC in 2001. Gary spent 3 years working for BBC Radio Lancashire before moving on to BBC Radio Merseyside, where he commentated on Liverpool in the Champions League final and Liverpool and Everton in the FA Cup final over a period of 7 years. In 2011, when the BBC opened their new North England base at Media City UK in Salford, Gary was invited to join the 5 Live sport team. He now works as a full-time outside broadcast football producer across matches in the Champions League, the Premier League, and international football. Gary's career highlights include producing and reporting on England men's and women's games on BBC Radio 5 Live at the World Cup and the Euros, as well as producing output from 5 Grand Nationals, 5 Cheltenham Gold Cups, and 2 Olympic Games. He's also proud of achieving various Sony and RES awards as part of the BBC Radio 5 Live team for Best Sports Output and Station of the Year. As a University of Central Lancashire graduate, Gary's a proactive supporter of the sports journalism course, and he returns every year to coach current students. He's also supportive of alumni who go on to work at Media City. He's very much a Lancashire lad and lives in Chorley with his family. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the university, I present Gary Flintoff for the Alumni Achievement Award. I now call on Gary to speak to you all.
Hello, hello. I hope we're all well. The very serious side of the BBC before, the more frivolous side. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to the University of Central Lancashire for this award, which was a complete surprise. But perhaps more importantly than that, to all of you who are graduating today, I would like to say many, many congratulations on your day of celebration. Now, in truth, right now I should be in Turin, preparing for Juventus against Manchester City. However, I have chosen Preston And one or two may ask why. Surely not. Well, this is where it all started for me. And next year marks almost 30 years since I walked through the door to start my postgrad diploma in broadcast journalism. And that may surprise a number of you who probably think it's nearer 40. But all those years ago, I was dropped off by my mum, who I'm very pleased to say is in the hall today, alongside my dad. Now, although I was born in the Northeast, and I'm very proud of that fact, I am a Sunderland supporter, a long-suffering Sunderland supporter. I was very much raised in Lancashire, and I cannot deny that I was very, very fortunate that one of the very best courses in the land, in the world, it could be argued, was right on my doorstep. And I am very lucky because my mum and dad have always been very supportive of my very clearly defined dream, which was to sort of do something in journalism, well, maybe radio, possibly TV, probably football, but most definitely in sport. I think it's fair to say that not everybody knows what they are going to do in their life. Some even attend university, not quite sure what they're going to do. One or two among you may still not be quite sure what you want to do. But you've probably got some idea. And what I've learned in all the years I've done this for is it's only when we really start on the journey that we actually find our destination. And thinking back, that really is the fun part of it. So my journey started here with a great tutor, the marvellous Mike Green, wonderful staff member, the brilliant Brian Moss, who still has yet to find a way to escape this university and is still here to this day. And I always thought I would work in TV. But since leaving here, I've worked more or less every single day of my life in radio, and I can tell you that I love every single minute of it. I have commentated on the Champions League final, FA Cup finals, I've read the sports news on national radio stations, interviewed managers live on Match of the Day. But radio is where my heart is. And time again, I do think I'm lucky, whether it's interviewing Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Pep Guardiola, interesting man to interview, not enough time to go into all that, and Jurgen Klopp in the past. Also, that sort of fairly shy guy, I think he's in Turkey these days. I think they call him Mourinho. So as well as doing a lot of planning these days and being behind the scenes, I do get a chance, and I really enjoy this part of my job, to develop the reporters, the commentators, the co-commentators, the pundits of the future, and that's a part of the job I really enjoy. So much so, even people like Peter Schmeichel, who one or two of you in this room may know, Peter these days does the interviews for television companies. And I sat down with Peter the other day just to have a chat through about the best questions to ask, which is very bizarre when you grew up watching this giant of a goalkeeper play the game. There are times I think I have not worked a single day of my life. However, my wife, Mary, who is also here today, would probably disagree as I gallivant round the globe. She'll also be thinking, why on earth has the cheeky so-and-so not mentioned me before this point? My job has taken me from Preston to Russia to Qatar to Australia and most places in between. And I have to say that my wife and my children are all very patient, and thankfully, they're all huge football fans. And in case you're interested, my wife supports the Tangerines of Blackpool. She hopes to get out safely later on. So to achieve in life, we all need the people to believe in us and to support us. And I'm so lucky to have three of my biggest supporters here today. And I know that the current course leaders on the sports journalism degree course, Jerry Byrne and Steve Canavan, they really care about each and every one of their students, and I see it every time I come into the building every year. They also know the business, and believe it or not, at times they actually know what they're talking about. There was even a time when Steve was actually my co-commentator on Radio Lancashire, and whether he necessarily knew what he was talking about then, well, that's anybody's guess. But just finally, I know I'm very, very lucky to have had that kind of support throughout my life, but the University of Central Lancashire laid the foundations for my career, and that is why I've returned, more or less, give or take a bit of COVID, every single year since I graduated to teach, to coach, to lecture, and to engage with the current students, because there is a pathway from Preston to your dream job. And that is why I am in Preston today and not in Turin. Thank you. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Graduands, it's now the moment you've been waiting for, the presentation of your awards. You'll be guided all the way by our university ushers and will cross the stage individually once your name is read out. So please make sure you bring your named seat cards with you to the stage. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board, I present those who have gained awards from the School of Psychology and Humanities. For a thesis entitled Re-imaging Democratic Learning at Workers' Education Association, an interpretive analysis of tutors' perspectives, practices and experiences, the degree of Doctor of Education is awarded to Kailash Parekh. For a thesis entitled Responding to Disclosure, a study to explore the preparation of trainee teachers to operationalise safeguarding policy in the context of adolescent sexting behaviour, the degree of Doctor of Education is awarded to Dawn Hewitson. For a thesis entitled Racial Dissonance in the Unexplained Spaces of the Ethnicity Awarding Gap, a critical exploration of South Asian male student journeys in a university business school, the degree of Doctor of Education is awarded to Pradeep Passy. For a thesis entitled Exploring University English Language Teachers' Understanding of Their Continuing Professional Development, a narrative inquiry into the Pakistani context, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Shamin Aijaz. For a thesis entitled A Retrospective Examination of the Experience and Impacts of Adult and Peer Online Sexual Victimisation in Young People, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Cindy Chan. For a thesis entitled Psychological Trauma, Understanding Risk, Building Resilience, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Caroline Mead. For a thesis entitled Fossilization and Technology, Exploring Ways of Addressing Erroneous Language Acquisition via Computer-Assisted Tools and Artificial Intelligence for Greek Adult Learners of English as a Foreign Language, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Konstantinos Papamitrou. For a thesis entitled Moral Injury in Secure Mental Health Care, Conceptualization, Causes and Cognitions, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Eleanor Webb. For a thesis entitled A Critical Analysis of Learning Development and Knowledge Transfer in Police Training in England and Wales, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy by Portfolio is awarded to Stuart Twigg. Master of Arts in Intercultural Business Communication, Amandeep Kaur. Bina. Rafath Jahan. Sadia. Mary Agaja. Shravran Kumar Bandala. Chandam Bendram. Ventaka Pradeep Kumar Bojana Pali. Ashdeep Kaur Daliwal. Sai Bhargav Jinka. Radhika Karida Gopala Krishnan. Pooja Kaki. Vashina Koden. Hafiz Kunamal. Malika Mukherjee. Kotoswara Rao Pasupuleti. Akila Sajin. Master of Arts in Intercultural Business Communication with Professional Placement, Anjum Fatima. Javeria Anjum. Ujol Ahmed. Fatimath Shanija Alangadan. Sarumi Ashraf. Vikas Kela. Sandishitha Good Dusari. Afsana Sherry Elikotil. Shaniba Katiat Ibrahim. Nissam Mustafa Sambo. Anupam Sankar. Master of Arts in International Relations, Charlie Betts. Lucy Brooks. Berglind Magnus Dottir. Yasmin Sukup. Jake Woods. Master of Arts in Interpreting and Translation, Laura Anton. Joanna Coates. Eleanor Parkinson. Freya Rushworth. Master of Arts in North Korean Studies, Jacob Ben Cotton. Ross Laver. Eliza Leon. Joanne Thompson. Master of Arts in Religion, Culture and Society, Cameron Ali. Vishal Gautam. Seth Hartkin. Eliza Murta. Mujibar Rahman. Mohammed Salim. Rama Akhtar Ruma. Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Millie Eggleton. Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages with Applied Linguistics, Susan Alder. Lydia Compton. Sumija Hussain Kuti. Master of Education in Professional Practice in Education, Helen Armstrong. Caroline Dolman. Diane Flynn. Alexandra Nutter. Diane Roberts. Master of Research in History, Nicola Crawford. Alexander Hobbin. Master of Science in Applied Clinical Psychology, Joshua Adamson. Maria Anwar. Hannah Ashraf. Annie Ashworth. Leah Bainbridge. Oliver Barnett. Tasmia Begum. Emily Bennett. Eleanor Bradley. Krista Carmichael. Mia Carson. Wasila Chowdhury. Harry Cowley. Lucy Elliott. Libby Elliott. Olivia Emery. Nethmi Fonseca. Isabella Ford. Gianmarco Gloriana. Helen Gwilliam. Nell Hamilton. Maisie Jude. Abigail Kerfoot. Aisha Qureshi. Shannon Lyons. Akshaya Sundari Mayadeva Somayaji. Brandon Mann. Corey Martin Heckles. Sophia Milia. Paulina Milka. Tia Halai Murji. Kudzeshi Michelle Mushaya Hembe. Leonie Nair. Sapna Patel. Chloe Pickering. Manas Pishtar. Chloe Sharples. Elizabeth Vaughan Williams. Jack Warnock. Master of Science in Applied Forensic Psychology, Shannon Birch. Caitlin Bradley. Zara Louise Clegg. Emily Ferguson. Mia Gordon. Daniel Hartley. Lauren Healy. Soni Hussain. Courtney Jackson. Asil Kudia. Katie Lister. Jade Royal. Caitlin Webster. Lauren Wilkinson. Master of Science in Psychology Conversion, Hasnath Sasura. Teresa Nkumjika Ajibosin. Claire Ashworth. Emily Bate. Hannah Carr. Liam Earnshaw. Rizel Fernandez. Sarah Flynn. Shawnee Harker. Bethany Huddleston. Lisa Juniper. Joanne Kirkham. Michelle Lawton. Hannah Milburn. Jill Park. Kelly Reynolds. Caitlin Hope Turner. Maria Shaji Karangada. Michelle Tajani. Greta Valentine. Miranda Walker. Master of Science in Psychology of Child Development, Grace Austin. Mary Davidson. Georgia Fletcher. Rhiannon Mackey. Lauren Pickup. Najahan Valak-Kadam. Rachel Whittaker. Postgraduate Diploma in British Sign Language, English Interpreting and Translation, Stephanie Kincaid Banks. Conor McGoldrick. Kay Williams. Postgraduate Diploma in Professional Practice and Education, Andrew Mannion. Postgraduate Certificate in Academic Practice, Anna Bell. Robert Gallagher. Vicky Hodgson. Leanne Mully. Shingai Nyauge. Postgraduate Certificate in North Korean Studies, Iram Sajid. Postgraduate Certificate in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Mudkhaled Masood. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Asia Pacific Studies, Holly Fawcett Darby. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in British Sign Language and Deaf Studies, Samantha Davies. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Politics, Charlie Husselby. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sociology, Bethany O'Donnell. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages with Japanese, Louisa Jacobs. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Clinical Psychology, Janelle Williams. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Psychology, Esperanza Gay. Amy Tibbett. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Neuroscience, Alba Caballero Ballester. Ibrahim Suhail. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology, Jasmine Balderson. Temwani Chicha. Sita Gurung. Kelsey Newman-Taylor. Mahira Patel. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology and Criminology, Laura Cox. Chloe Lowen. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology, Sana Arub Arshad. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology with Psychotherapy and Counselling, Stephanie Collinson. Holly Graham. Amena Mahmood. Danielle Mazia. Hifsa Zaman. Vice-Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards from the School of Psychology and Humanities.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board, I present those who have gained awards from the School of Arts and Media. Master of Arts in Animation, Courtney Boyer. Samuel Farnworth. Rifat Zaman. Master of Arts in Ceramics, Stella Boothman. Paula Canny. David Gamage. Lisa Keegan Hill. Ina Zakaria. Master of Arts in Children's Book Illustration, Denise Ainsworth. Hannah Forrester. Katie Smith. Georgia Greenall. Sophie Henshaw. Anya Higginson. Master of Arts in Fashion and Lifestyle Promotion, Dibba Agahakihani. Eleanor Finch. Sam Lote. Kaya Roberts. Melissa Theobald. Well done. Master of Arts in Fashion and Lifestyle Promotion with Professional Placement, Gathika Amurachenani. Paritha Nea Lathracheri. Master of Arts in Fashion Design, Muskan Mihan. Oh. Cleo Waller. Hitesh Tanwar. Master of Arts in Fashion Design with Professional Placement, Bibomel Sebastian. Master of Arts in Fine Art, Valerie Gedge. Maisie Warner. Master of Arts in Game Design, Kip Bryan. Sean Clancy. Jamie Forshaw Harrison. Anthony Holmes. Adam Jones. Katie Lofts. Lance Muir. Timothy Shaw. Master of Arts in Graphic Design, Siddharth Mayan Padanaya. Abby Salter. Master of Arts in Graphic Design with Professional Placement, Gisanth George. Master of Arts in Interior Design, David Eccles. Kritika Gandhi. Master of Arts in Interior Design with Professional Placement, Kavya Santosh. Sriyahi Manamanadan. Gopika Pandapanamipan Ravi. Master of Arts in Music Industry Management and Promotion, David Clark. Leah Eccles. That's not too bad. Benjamin Marks. Finn O'Callaghan Turner. Master of Arts in Photography, Maximilian Boardman. Shelley Tyson. Master of Arts in Publishing, Eleanor Bowskill. Kathy Brown. Teddy Khan. Terry Leslie. Rachel Robinson. Krisa Maria Rusa. Master of Arts in Script Writing, Matthew Auld. Aaron Waring. Harvey Wilson. Master of Arts in Surface Pattern and Textiles, Paige Blake. Ariana Howard. Master of Arts in Television Production, Shannon Astbury. Harry Eragon. Jack Harrington Grant. Mariusz Kuzak. Phoebe Mayer. Rebecca Marshall. Edson Maricho. Spencer Shackleton. Jatemiap Wenshan. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Digital Animation with Illustration, Bethany Brooks. Congratulations. Kashif Khan. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Game Design, James Glennon. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Graphic Design, Pia Leserio. Ben Su. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Independent Filmmaking, Carter Hind. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Interior Design, Kimberly Atenio. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Television Production, Sophie Maudsley Smith. Cara Simpson. Thomas Davis. Oh, Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Music Production, Thomas Davis. Thank you. Thomas Price. John Tyson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Photography, Melissa Curley. Ethan Ramsey. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Post-Production for Film and TV, Blake Hammond. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sports Journalism, Jerry Morel Taku Negalo. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Effects, Cameron Shaw. Congratulations. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Screenwriting with Film, Television and Radio, Samuel Bagley. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the School of Arts and Media.
Vice-Chancellor, the presentations are completed. Congratulations to every single one of you who have received their award. I am delighted to welcome to the stage Melanie Waite, who's going to perform for us today. Melanie is currently in her second year studying law here at the University of Central Lancashire. Outside of her studying, Melanie is a soul and Motown singer who's been touring the Northwest for the past 15 years, entertaining crowds at weddings, events, parties, and more. As well as being a successful solo artist, she also fronts a jazz events trio and four-piece rock band. You are in for a real treat today. Please put your hands together for our very own Melanie Waite.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Herald what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time takes no chances, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on turning, can't stop it if we try to. Love is the answer, staring you in the face. So listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You got to be bold, you got to be bad, you got to be wise, no one ever said. You got to be hard, you've got to be tough. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day.
The ceremony is very nearly finished, and it's almost time for the celebrations to really get going with your families, friends, and loved ones, supporters. But we need something symbolic to kick things off. So please listen carefully to my following instructions very carefully. Firstly, all non-graduates in the room, please get your cameras ready for a photo opportunity. Secondly, graduates, please all stand and take off your mortarboards. Now, when I count to 3, and only when I count to 3, I want you all to throw your mortarboards up into the air in the traditional fashion and in celebration of what you've achieved during your time at university. But please don't throw them too high or too far to avoid them injuring you or someone else. And importantly, because once you've retrieved your mortarboard, it is yours to take home and keep with the university's best wishes. So, here we go. On a count of 3, throw your mortarboards in the air and give a big cheer. Then we will all follow with a further 3 cheers. 1, 2, 3. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Now, please take your seats for one last time whilst I explain the final stages of this amazing special day. As we bring this ceremony to a close, I would like to thank everyone who has been involved in making today such a happy and memorable occasion and sharing this special day with our university community. Once we have sung the national anthem, the platform party will leave the stage, and graduates, you will process out of the hall past a guard of honour in the central aisle. A university usher will prompt your row when you need to stand up. Please make sure you take all your belongings with you. Guests, please may I ask that you all remain seated until the graduates and platform party have left the hall. You will then be guided through the doors at the side by the ushers to rejoin your graduate in the Student Centre for post-ceremony celebrations. We hope you've enjoyed the ceremony today. Well done to you all, and congratulations once again. For those who can, please now stand for the national anthem of Great Britain.